This is how I help clients monetize their confidence. There are 6 ways I help you leverage your confidence. 2026, the goal for 2026, after hearing this message, assess your identities and their corresponding beliefs. All right, truly, you are now tuned into My Confidence Score, YouTube Live. We rocking. We all heard of the first MLM, multi-level marketing. This ain't that. I'm finna break down concepts, frameworks, thoughts of action, processes for me as a sales coach, right? Focusing on helping business owners build their confidence and make more money. Increase sales, increase price, increase sales to make more money. How do I help clients leverage their confidence? Cool. Leverage using what you already have to create advantage, influence, and output. So boom, first thing first, let's go right into it. Leverage. What's leverage? Off top, I already have advantage, influence, or output. Leverage is using what you already have to gain an advantage, influence, or output. Let me go further. I'm just shooting these concepts straight out the iPhone on a random Monday. Fly as ever, high as ever. You feel me? Leveraging confidence is about activating behaviors that confidence unlocks. The actions that were blocked before you stepped in. Here are the exact things I can help you leverage, all right? When it comes to confidence, a lot of us feel like the confidence that we're born with justifies everything thereafter, and that's incorrect. We need to be becoming more confident daily, or we're becoming less confident daily. In these 6 ways, right, to leverage the confidence. Action speed. Confident people move faster. I help you collapse hesitation to get to the action and then get to the revenue. That gets you to action, taking action, and then taking action brings you to the revenue. Easy peasy. Second thing is visibility. How you show up on camera, on live, on sales calls, on panels, on Instagram, without the spiral, with less anxiety. Third way I help clients leverage their confidence, authority positioning. Help them talk the expert like the expert, not the beginner. Tone, posture, certainty frameworks. Okay. Cool. Next thing, bold offers. Stop underpricing. Confidence equals charging what the transformation is really worth. Or in my eyes, the value of the transformation. So we're going to say quantify and lead with the value of offer, not the price you believe it to be. 5, boundary setting. No more discounting out of fear. No more talking maybe later for an answer. With clients, it's either yes or not right now. But don't let the not right now slow you up from getting more yeses. No more discounting. And then lastly, follow-up discipline. Confident people follow up without embarrassment. You make it mechanical, not emotional. This is the leverage phase. They use confidence as a tool, not a feeling. Mechanical, not emotional. I love this because during my weekly coaching calls, it's easy for us as humans to rely on our human efforts to get the job done, when in reality it needs to be more mechanical and not emotion. Cool. So when it comes to leveraging confidence, right, there are 6 ways I help you leverage your confidence. Action speed, visibility, authority positioning, bold offers, boundary setting, and then follow-up discipline. Action speed, go from collapsing hesitation to taking action to eventually arriving at revenue. Visibility, using all your socials, live, sales calls, etc. to validate your confidence and your new price. Thirdly, authority positioning. Talk more like the expert, not the beginner. Really overcome imposter syndrome, understanding the anxiety that I experience is the lack of my ability to align with the identity that I believe myself to have. Bold offers. Quantify and lead with the value of the offer, not the price you believe it to be. For example, if I have a program that is $100, but I lead with a framework that encourages the client to invest 10% of their revenue per month, right? And it ends up being $250, I'm gonna lead with the $250 versus the $100 I believe it to be. The value says, hey, person, I'm willing to invest 10% of my revenue to better my self-development, to better my business, etc. Boundary setting, yes, and then the not right now. But remember, don't settle on the not right now. You could be calling it more yeses. No more discounting. This is about perspective, right? We're not going to discount. We can't provide a payment plan, though. There's a difference. And lastly, follow-up discipline. Being more mechanical than emotional. Mechanical says every day I must do 5 posts a day, or I must make 5 calls to leads. Not when I feel like it or don't feel like it, but this is the mechanical assignment I'm giving myself to leverage the confidence and the momentum that I have. That's the leverage part. Let's talk monetization. Now, I want to put a name to the game, anybody that's lost, because I kind of just linked right into it without formally explaining what's going on. This is make mention of this not being a MLM multi-level marketing type thing, right? What this is, the MLM confidence model, is firstly, we're gonna measure your confidence. Then we're gonna leverage your confidence. And then we're gonna monetize your confidence. This is how I get down. Not multi-level marketing, but MLM. Help you measure your confidence, help you leverage your confidence, help you monetize your confidence. If you want to know more, visit myconfidencescore.com. We'd love to help you. So now we got this locked in. We already know measure your confidence. That's the My Confidence Score survey. 25 questions, 2 minutes, 3 seconds to fill out. Helping business owners measure their confidence, to leverage their confidence, in order to monetize their confidence. You feel me? What I used to say was helping business understand how confident they are not. To help them leverage their pain points to enhance what they're good at. Word salad with the dressing, the Thousand Island, croutons and the blue cheese. Yeah, okay. How to help clients monetize confidence. We got 7 bullet points on this. We're gonna dig deeper. To monetize your confidence equals converting confidence-driven behavior into actual revenue. This is where you translate their new behaviors into sales, clients, and cash. To monetize confidence is literally converting confidence-driven behavior into actual revenue. And just to be clear, when we say monetize, we mean sales, clients, and cash. Here are six or seven ways to monetize the confidence, right? The tangibles. It's one thing to feel confident, good in, shoulders together, you feel me? Doing it, looking like it. Yeah. This is the feeling of confidence. What's the money part of the confidence? These are the tangibles. Switching from passive to proactive selling. How to ask, invite, and close instead of waiting. This is sometimes ill-advised, but I'm going to say it. Raising prices without justification. Guide them through value articulation so they can charge more and get paid more without the guilt. 3, turning visibility into buyers. Giving you scripts, frameworks that convert views to leads and then from leads to clients. 4, closing bigger deals. Confidence equals the willingness to pitch bigger rooms, bigger budgets, bigger decision makers. Cool. Better negotiations. Stop folding, stop discounting. Really work and exercise your negotiation muscle. Scaling their presence across platforms. More presence equals more opportunities, which equals more revenue. And then lastly, the WHAM score. Boom. Lastly, I came with the confidence score and I tell you how to latch on to paid pathways, right? Using or borrowing my money-making model that gives me results via the paid pathways. This is how I help clients monetize their confidence. 7 ways for 7 days. You feel me? Switching from passive to proactive selling, right? Raising prices without having to justify it. Turning visibility into buyers. Closing bigger deals, better negotiations. Scaling things across platforms. And then locking in on paid pathways. Bet. Moving on. The MLM model, the MLM confidence model. There we go. The MLM system, how to measure, leverage, and monetize confidence for higher sales. All right. Sales doesn't break down because of lack of leads. It breaks down because confidence wasn't measured, pain points weren't leveraged, and certainty was not monetized. Can't measure it, can't improve it. Confidence is more than a feeling, it's data. Cool. We're measuring what people can't see: tone, hesitation, certainty, price, fear, follow-up anxiety. Most people are confident in the wrong areas and insecure in the right ones. That's a bar. Most people are confident in the wrong areas and insecure in the right ones. Key teaching points. Measuring skill versus belief. Someone can know what to do and still not do it. Second, communication patterns. Side note, if you ever decide to get on the path to make a bunch of money, it's 4 things you got to study as a person. Patterns, cycles, systems, processes. Study your patterns, learn new cycles, create better systems, right? Maximize your processes. Side note, so I came up with communication patterns. Okay, cool. I'm back. This is voice, pace, conviction, also posture. 3, measure pressure response. Measure your pressure response. What happens when money enters the chat? All right. Micro exercise. Where do you shrink the most? When presenting, pricing, or following up? Where do you shrink the most? MLM confidence model. If you can't measure it, you can't improve it. Confidence is more than a feeling, it's data. Code. With that being said, we want to measure skill versus belief. We want to work on our communication patterns, but then also understand that we need to measure our pressure response. So this is more about when it's time to take action. It's more about studying and getting better. And this is about the aim you have for your purpose. Boom. Okay, moving on. Section 2. I kind of already covered this. I'm really just talking in circles, but I'm running through material to see if I like how it sounds, to really see what my angle is with this new thing, right? The MLM confidence model. It's really my 3 pillars. So again, it can be more easier to explain because when I start doing my thing about how confident you would not, pain points, leverage what you're good at, all that stuff, enhance this, enhance that. Okay, leverage. Use what the measurement reveals to identify friction and sales leaks. Every confidence issue has a leverage point. A pressure point that once resolved increases performance. People lose money because they don't know what to leverage. That's a bar. You're gonna write that. I already talked about measuring. Let's focus on leverage. Leverage. Cool. Every confidence issue has a leverage point. People lose money because they don't know what to leverage. Key teaching points. Number 1, here's the sauce. You want to leverage the pain the data exposes. What you gonna? We locked in. If y'all locked in, man, make a comment in the comment section. I'm here y'all with the impromptu. I supposed to been did this. I was overwhelmed. So now I'm locking in. I told myself I need to be live for every 5 days. 2026, the goal for 2026 is to get 100 people inside my community, the Confidence Vault. I'm saying if you didn't know, the confidencevault.net, right? Online community for like-minded individuals that want to build confidence. Call it the Confidence Vault, because inside the online vault, right, I got all my content to help me become who I am, to get me to where I was going, right? The same tools and oohs that I use to become confident daily is inside the portal, right? 9 videos, 6 trainers, 3 resources, all my books, hooks, all that. Also, when I go live, I put all the live replays inside the Confidence Vault, right? So you find the virtual video series inside the vault. The confidencevault.net. Want to grow that community to 100 people. Right now I got 6. Would love for you to join it, be the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. You hear me? Okay, commercial over. Now, when it comes to leveraging confidence, after taking the My Confidence Score survey on myconfidencescore.com, we want to leverage the pain points that the data exposes. Tone weakness, belief cracks, indecision, slow follow-up, etc. We also want to leverage the hidden strengths. Activate what's already there. And then 3, leverage the emotional momentum. Because confidence increases when someone feels seen, supported, and structured. Now let's get to the monetize part. Monetize confidence. Monetization is not a tactic. It's a natural result of aligned confidence. It's one thing to apply the confidence. It's a whole nother thing when the confidence is aligned. I bet. When someone is measured correctly and leveraged intentionally, they sell with certainty. So we're going to say measured plus leverage equals certainty. For when someone is measured correctly and leveraged intentionally, they sell with certainty. Now I want to highlight 4 teaching points, and then this whole other thing is a done data. We want to monetize the tone. People buy your voice before your service. Monetize certainty. Confidence makes price friction disappear. Thirdly, monetize consistency. Oh, boom. Monetize tone, monetize certainty, right? Confidence makes price friction disappear. Thirdly, monetize consistency. Confidence eliminates the start-stop cycle. Cool. And then lastly, I like this player. We gonna monetize the systemization. What is that? When confidence is structured, revenue becomes predictable. Boom. I like that. Okay. This is how agents, entrepreneurs, and closers increase income without changing their niche. They change their confidence alignment. If you can't measure it, you can't leverage it. And if you can't leverage it, you can't monetize it. Go to myconfidencescore.com survey right now, where business owners go to measure their confidence. I know I kind of went up, down, and all around town, but this was a brief little play on words. The MLM confidence model, teaching business owners, entrepreneurs, service providers, 9-to-5ers, right? Free thinkers, college goers, teachers, and students how to measure their confidence, how to leverage their confidence, and how to monetize their confidence. Cool. Now, I've been itching to break down this whole identity confidence piece. Let's see if I can freestyle it. Off the bat, my identity is, who or what do you identify as? Me personally, I'm a self-expressionist. I'm all about self-expression. I'm a sales coach, right? I've written books. I've performed. I play instruments. I converse with strangers. My hair is orange. Self-expression. You got me. What's your... My identity is... Put that right there. Okay. We've established that. Now, here's where it gets hairy. It's a little tricky. My identity is that of a multimillionaire. If my identity is that of a multimillionaire, my belief must be that I'm wealthy and not poor. Before, my identity was that of a hustler, with the belief that I'm gonna always eat. I ain't gonna starve no more. That was my belief that I built on my identity. But if my identity is multimillionaire, my belief has to shift. So I have to believe that I'm wealthy and not poor to have the identity of a multimillionaire. Bet. Let's go deeper. If my identity is that to say that I'm a business owner, right, and now I'm successful, I can't have the belief that, so I have a list of varying phrases and emotions. And what I'm hinting at is when we have the improper beliefs with the right identity or the wrong identity with the right beliefs, right, we're not aligned. Again, we were looking for our confidence to be in alignment, right? Well, that starts by having the right identity for the right belief. If your identity is that of a business owner that's successful, it can't be just to get by and stay fly. It really should be to invest now, a ball later, or risk early, fail faster. That's what I'm getting. Now, I need a job is to get by and stay fly, or make rent money spent. Taxes too high, make rent money spent. Taxes too high, get by and stay fly, right? Or business owner and successful, wealthy not poor. You feel me? Now, if you got the identity of a multimillionaire, but your whole swag is I'm gonna always eat, not starve, similar to this diagram, you're shooting below the bar and not above the bar. After hearing this message, assess your identities and their corresponding beliefs. That flow, moving on. I like to hit it and quit it. Cool. Confidence shift. I love this. Watch this. You need to get better with your confidence shift, man. This is how I know your confidence ain't shifted, based on how you respond to this. If I was more confident, I would. If you can answer this question and your answer is different than how you're living, you, my friend, need a confidence shift. See, me, I mean, if I was more confident, I would wear this outfit when I'm outside, as I does. So I'm confident as I'm is. Now, in your case, right, you may be less confident, right? Might be more confident, right? But if you were more confident, you would ask for a raise. You would pitch more clients. You would have the uncomfortable conversations. If you were more confident, right, you would take action and not prolong the process. If you were more confident, you would fail faster. If you were more confident, you would invest now and ball later. If you were more confident, you would read more books, knowing that self-development is always the better investment. If you were more confident, right, you do all these things, but you're not doing those things is an indication of a lack of confidence. Now, to make the shift, sometimes there's too much anxiety or there's a nervousness, there's an override of nervousness. I'm here to say there are two types of anxiety I've known to find. Watch this. There's anxiety before the task. There's anxiety after the task. Now, I'm asking you to beef with the anxiety before the task and get them out the way. and fall in love with the anxiety after the task. What am I saying? If I want to work an extra hour at my job, or if I want to get more clients and deliver on a promise and get paid, that's a task. But the anxiety before that could either delay or hasten me to take action. It depends on the relationship that I have with this anxiety before the task at hand happens. But if I'm able to override this anxiety and fall in love with the anxiety after the task, what happens is I work overtime from my job with getting more clients. And then I get paid. It's like, ooh, I got paid. I got the anxiety of remembering I got money because I put in the work, right? Oh, that check hit, boom. What I'm gonna spend it on? At first it was how I make the money. Now it's what I'm gonna spend it on, or I ain't gonna spend it, right? Anxiety before, anxiety after. Cool. But when it comes to the confidence shift, this is an area we gotta work on daily, weekly, monthly, annually, right? Wherever necessary. But without the work, none of these things happen for you in a positive fashion. Now, I am familiar with certain concepts that say decline is easy, just ignore. Or decline is easy, just delay. But if you want to increase, it takes action. If I was more confident, I would. That's the sauce right there. Okay, confidence shift. What am I communicating? Pause this and list everything you're doing now that you want to do or don't want to do. Your choice. Then list everything in the future that you do want to do. All right. Then, once you have these things side by side, you now want to connect what you used to did to what you finna do. Because what we're about to explain is, if this is who you are or who you is this year, then in just a couple of weeks, we now want to flip-flop and become the person here, or the person you'll be a year later, right? I'm working a job, and a year from now, I'll be self-employed. I'm doing a lot, spread thin. I'm more organized and relaxed. I'm trying to get out my clients, and I'm doing discounts. I'm booked and paid in Jesus' name, and I ain't got to stress for no clients, right? These are some of the examples and correlations I need you to make with these two, right? To visually see what your confidence shift is going to comprise of going into next year. The here and now, and then the future you. And if you want to spice it up even further, all right, cool. These are some extra credit, some spice to keep it nice. What would the $1 million me do? What the $1 million me would do is boom. So, okay, wake up early morning, go to work, go to class, put gas in your car, take your kids to school, get groceries, vacation, flights, chilling, hotel, hospital, villa, boats, yachts. Hey, what the $1 million me would do is, right? Or the $1 million version of me would do this. Start asking yourself them questions. Because see, for me, I'm telling you right now, time freedom, location freedom. I live in abundance. I'm chauffeured everywhere. You feel me? I got a maid. My kids got a nanny. My parents are taken care of, so retired again. This is what the $1 million me would do, right? Give back, continue to coach. I'm still going live. I'm healthier, right? 52 books a year that I'm reading, and I'm doing more speaking. But I'm able to identify at the drop of a hat what the $1 million me would be doing. I'm asking you to identify what would the $1 million you be doing, and that will help you usher in your identity and confidence shift for 2026. So if this changed your life, provided value, impact, and all the good things, drop a comment, let me know. Comment, share, truly. Again, myconfidencescore.com, where business owners go to measure their confidence. 25 question survey. If you want one-on-ones, please visit theconfidencevault.net. That's it. Truly.